To the stage a young lady who's going to address us, Alexandra Horodecka. Alexandra is a teacher. She is a counselor with the Ukrainian Youth Association of America, and she would like to say a few words about the impact on the children. Please, Alexandra.
Thank you all for being here to show your support for Ukraine. Your donations, work in supporting humanitarian efforts, and strength of your voices is greatly and widely appreciated. Also, thank you to all of the Americans who on their own accord decided to join the fight for freedom. Over the past 10 days, we have heard the words freedom, democracy, self-government, and peace more times than any of us could count. I began wondering, what are their true definitions? These terms seem so simple and are at the center of our current reality, yet simultaneously, they almost feel obsolete. We define freedom as the absence of constraint or the ability for one to have choice in one's actions. And we define democracy as a government in which supreme power is vested in the people and exercised by them. Standing before you today, I am certain that the inaction of the world in supporting the children of Ukraine, leaving our heroes to fight alone, renders these terms meaningless. Ukrainian military personnel, mayors of key cities, the country's president, and civilians, our children, are trying to uphold these values and once again make these words significant. The United States and its allies have prided themselves in being leaders within the free world, leaders in democracy. But how can one lead and stand true to such principles if they are blind to the fact that the free world seems to be collapsing before them, are unwilling to fight or implement a no-fly zone in an attempt to restore it, and seem disinterested in maintaining such morals for our future generations? As a classroom teacher and youth group counselor, I spend much of my time interacting with our future leaders. Many deem children to be the most vulnerable in our society, but I have the honor to see their resilience each and every day. In Ukraine, children are bearing witness to genocide by Russia, hiding in bunkers, praying for the return of their parents who are defending Ukraine's integrity, and wondering whether they will be able to see the next sunrise. Even in this reality, these children are finding ways to support those around them. Their smiles persist as they sit in class underground, continuing to learn how to read and express themselves. Some of those smiles will vanish as cities continue to be bombed and demolished, children robbed of their ability to ever become leaders of the free world, even though in their hearts, the love of freedom already burns brighter than in the hearts of our current world leadership. As we examine the impact that these atrocities are having on our kids here, keep in mind that they too are seeing the stories of those fading smiles. Each day, walking into a beautiful classroom full of books, pencils, and markers, my mind wanders to the previously mentioned scene of a teacher hidden underground with her class in an attempt to continue their education the best way that she can. Children have an inherent curiosity about the world around them, which often makes them the most honest members of our society. In recent days, they approach the adults around them and ask, "Why are innocent people dying?" Even our youngest ask, "Why is Putin trying to steal? Doesn't he know that's wrong?" the most frequent questions I get asked are, why is it still happening? Why aren't people helping to stop this? Within our educational system, we're required to teach certain objectives. You are all familiar with most of them. However, more recently, we have begun teaching social emotional learning, where students are given opportunities to reflect on their emotions, engage in leadership opportunities, set goals, and show compassion as they help those around them. The purpose of such lessons is to prepare our children to lead positive discourses and to know how to help those around them when they are in need. They look to adults to find examples and mentors on how to interact with others. As adults, we often say that we want to make the world a better place because we need to do what is best for our children. So, I am asking our world leaders today to look in the mirror and reflect on whether you are truly doing all you can to be an example for our children as they continue to wake each morning and witness the bombings that are still happening. To conclude, I ask that every parent hug their child dearly and teach them the following words. Ukraine is not yet dead, nor is glory, nor is freedom. Fate will smile upon us. These are the first few lines of Ukraine's national anthem and include one of the most meaningful uses of the word freedom, because Ukrainian people are defending this value so that all children will truly live in a better and more prosperous world. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!